Day, we want to see if they can finally get their first win, folks, because DCG, the third time in a row that they're pulling out Bard, that's not mid, that has Smite, the roaming support that once was, now returning to Summoner's Rift. Clement, DCG going for a bit of an evade to kick us off. And I'm curious because this is my first time casting PCS. I love that I get this from DCG. I was excited about casting this team as Magical Journey was taking first. Arashi not expecting it as his knight goes down. First blood to the Tryndamere. That's how you cheese it.
Oh, and SEM9 were in perfect position as well. You can see Shiromine was holding his ground on the topside try, so theoretically there should be no way that 4 people could just emerge from behind the brush there. I don't even blame Arashi for that. You just never see that play being done.
That's amazing. And again, Leaky gets first blood. The Tryndamere who's going to be lane swapping going towards mid lane. A perfect start here for DCG, and we're going to give it an action replay, Clement, as this 5-head play comes forth.
Absolutely crazy. You never see Bards take Magical Journeys level 1, and if you look at the map, Graves is in position to intercept that, so I don't even blame Arashi. You know, there was really very, very low of a chance that there would be that many people in the brush.
I mean, it's an innovative play, and because of it as well, not only the kill, but Deep Vision gets placed down by DCG, so there'll be some good red tracking here as Hana's starting on the blue side of the map and working his way down. So, information gain, a first blood again over to the Tryndamere. So, a dagger start here, while Nesty just goes up to his top side with the support item. Clement, again, walk me through how early do we start seeing the roaming here? Is it just like Janna, you hit the first wave, you move across, and you straight away go to another one?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. We have seen Bard leave the lane after securing the first cannon minion. This really does allow him to go for boots as well, and he will start roaming across the map after that. And, you know, just taking a look at the jungle position, this is also very favorable for DCG because they do have Diana pathing towards the bottom lane, which would help them shove, as we have a bit of a scuffle in the bot side. Looks like nothing major will happen, though.
No, it's just a dredge line that goes out. Again, the trading back and forth. Fleet footwork on Clay X is worth mentioning too, so a bit of sustain added in. Lazar even dropping a ward, trying to spot out where Hana's going with his pathing. So I like this here from the mid laner. We did talk a lot about SEM9 needing this 2v2 to be successful, considering they're going up against a Tryndamere that is going to be controlling sides and start moving alongside this Bard.
Yeah, and a couple of big things that we want to really monitor about this setup is, can Arashi kind of limit the potential for Leaky and Nesty to make it towards the bottom side of the map? Now we see the transition from Bard. You know, they secure the first cannon minion, and they will just go with the boots to go towards the bottom side of the map right off that. But as we can see here, this is actually a very dangerous position for SEM9's bottom side. There's Diana, and there's also Bard moving into position here. So we'll see right now if SEM9 are aware of the strategy, and can they avoid the jungler.
Nice little trap here. That'll spot out Hana as well in the transition as the ward does the same. So Clayax and Felia are just pivoting backwards. But as that trap disappears, the vision, I believe, shared. I'm not sure if Nesty got spotted out there because I think Woody, as he walked over the trap, he did share the vision, but doesn't matter. Magical Journey over to Felia. This should be a flash as Hana's going to come back in. Good Cosmic Binding, the dredge line. A bit late, but you get the flash from the enemy support.
Yeah, flash for flash, and this is okay for Nesty because he's roaming all the time. It's actually very difficult to kind of tag him down, and there he goes again.
Yeah, he's walking right into mid. There's no mana here. Flash again. In 15 seconds, Clement, Nesty gets double summoners.
Yeah, and that was a little bit greedy from Lazar. He clearly knew that the Bard was going to be heading towards the mid lane, was not in position to dodge away from that one. And, you know, this is kind of what we've been seeing. Everyone's welcoming Lazar to the PCS. This is his first competitive debut, and so far it's been really, really rough. Sorry. He's been down by 850 gold, and Arashi's getting some.
Yeah, he's going to get stunned down. Another good Cosmic Binding coming through from Nesty. And DCG, this trio is bullying out. It's a good Sonic Wave to connect, but a root from PlayX means nothing is over the wall. A nice Magical Journey. Leaky's joined on in. Felia with the Zenith Blade is on the left. Look, Woody wants to continue the fight. A flash from Leaky gets the kill onto Felia. And DCG playing with their food. Come at me, they say, to SEM9.
And this was so disgusting to see. A 4v4 happening right here, and Aphelios doesn't even really the fight at all, you know. Top lane's completely empty. I think SEM9 got a little bit careless there. They did not factor in the magical journey whatsoever, and they were still in position for the catch. Great Cosmic Binding once again. This is the thing that really makes Nesty stand out compared to some of the other Smite tops that we have seen in the PCS so far, is that he is so good with his skill shots. You look at this fight over here, and he lands 2 of the Cosmic Bindings. Great CC portioning by Woody. They go on both sides and they secure 2 kills at the same time.
Again, it's that peace of mind, that extra layer with Woody going towards the left and locking down Lazar as well. 3 quick kills in the first 5 minutes of this game. DCG are ahead by 2,000 gold again, and we talked about SEM9 and their entrance into the PCS, Clement. They were down 7,500 gold on average at 15 minutes of the game, I believe it was. So it's been another rough entrance into this game, and this roaming bard that wasn't banned out, that was even hovered in disrespect by SEM9, is once again taking control of the early game.
I just want to... Oh my god, Leaky, come on, come on. It's Lazar's new. Don't do that to him. I just want to correct the stats a little bit because I'm kind of a stats guy, but it was 7,000 gold deficit at the end of the game. Like, it would be really hard to lose 7,000 gold at 10 minutes. Like,
I was going to say, because Game of Legends might have screwed me around a bit then. But yeah, no, thank you for correcting that. Important stat to note. Still, I mean, it does start at the early game, stats or no stats. We know that the early game for SEM9 is what's been running away.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of it does come from mid lane. We have seen Lazar. I think it's just, you know, being new to competitive has been not risk averse enough. I think I'll just put it that way. He has put himself in rather bad situations. But now this is the interesting part of the game where you do see the Graves, like we were mentioning, going directly for the Hull Breaker and pushing the top tower down. Once he's able to get that one down, then he can actually equalize the map by then roaming towards the bot side himself. So Deep Cross Gaming are kind of on a little bit of a timer right here, where this sort of roam around the enemy jungle is only going to last so long.
I'm just wondering, though, if S9 are going to give anything else. Hana now hits level 6 as well, so the Moonfall will be coming down from this Diana jungle, and even a dive at the ready. I mean, S9 have walked into this with another magical journey coming through. Philia there, the ultimate missing from Griscada, but still a good Cosmic Binding, a Dredge Line follow-up. Hana's in, a 2-man Moon that has fallen to the pit. Leaky as well with the slow and down motion, and Playax now on the run, the level 4 Jhin. Nowhere to go, no summoners available. And even though SEM9's top laner Shermine gets the top lane turret, I think bot's soon to fall here for DCG.
Yeah, again, it was great target focus coming in from DCG. They target out Felia, who doesn't have the flash, and the tower diving mechanics were great there as well. We saw Hana staying around, tanking those extra turret shots, and allowing Leaky to kind of chase everyone down. So very well done on the side for DCG. Honestly, I don't think their plan has been disrupted at all. Like, we've seen 3 games in a row where Nesty is just getting maximum value out of these Bard roams early. And unfortunately for Lazar, I think because he lost his flash so early in the game, we haven't been able to see that kind of Syndra Lee Sin domination that usually happens when these two are paired together.
The thing we wanted to see so badly, right? Arashi and Lazar linking up in that 2v2. I think importantly enough as well, Clement, Arashi hasn't really had time to jungle with 3-4 people in his blue side at 4 minutes in the game. So it's been really rough. It's been really elevated here for DCG as they pick up the Herald on top of the Dragon they got before. Gold lead may have shrunk a little bit with the top lane turret going down, but it's still DCG's game to lose at this point so early on. A really good sign when we were talking about how DCG have been playing the games at the start of today.
Yeah, I think DCG have got the strategy down to a T. I'm really excited to see who can actually stand up and challenge them. Like, looking at their games so far, they really haven't faced like a top-level mid-jungle that can kind of clamp down on this strategy. And, you know, just talking a little bit about the lane allocation, there's a lot to like here. They have the Tryndamere in the long side lane where, you know, with his Undying Rage, you really can't send a mage against him to push out. I doubt they can even find the kill here with Leaky having his ult and his summoner up, but they're going to try.
Well, Sonic Wave is a bit short, and Arashi not connecting. That means everyone backs off. Even ClayX was making his way up there. So for now, S9 back away, and you're right, lane allocation from DCG needs to be highlighted here. A Noon Quiver and a Pickaxe as well means it's going to be even harder to deal with Leaky. And I was going to ask you a little bit about this Hull Breaker Graves, a condition for SEM9 that is so important, as I'm not sure if this actually might turn into a dive. Clement, it might not matter.
Well, he still gets the extra resistance from Hull Breaker, so...
But DCG are ahead, and the problem is with the Ignite down, Woody doesn't die. Cascada gets the kill, and that turret plating is absolutely free with the Herald by their side.
Yeah, I feel like this play really stemmed from the show top lane where they had Arashi and Philia kind of showing in vision. That was not really a play that would have worked anyway, so they kind of left Shiromine out to dry. Very kind of surprised that he still used his Ghost in that scenario, but honestly not much he could do right there. I think he was just left out to dry.
Yeah, it's hard at this point as well, right? It's a 3k gold lead. It's only 10 minutes into the game. And I was going to ask you about how this Hullbreaker Graves now comes in. You said that DCG were on a timer, but every time this play goes down successfully, that timer gets extended. The game continues being more and more comfortable. We're getting first mythics way before anyone from SEM9 bar that Hullbreaker, excuse me. So it's really hard to say anything good right now. As Clay even caught out with the Gravitum. Dredge line as well. The damage comes through. That is a 50 CS difference that keeps showing its face out of the
That was too damn easy for Cascada. You know, he just walks up and doesn't even have to use anything special. I guess Clay X was just kind of surprised that he had the Gal Force at 11 minutes into the game. So we're just caught off completely off guard right there. And I think with the Graves, this is the problem. Even with the Hullbreaker, it's not apparent that he's going to be able to win the 1v1 versus Leaky. He's just trying to to kind of swap sides at this point, but DCG have more people to throw at him.
They do, but Moonfall in the bottom lane's got to divert the attention. On the way is Nesty here with the Bard, and with the Hullbreaker, it's saving his life, but Shiromine has to flash away. Now knows someone is available. Arashi dealing with Woody on the side, but with a beautiful little binding from Nesty. Down goes the solo laner of SEM9. Arashi can't deal with Woody, and there's just not a break in this game that SEM9 can get.
Yeah, we don't really have any isolated 2v2s, which were what SEM9 was originally drafting for. Instead, they're trying to scrabble across the map. Great kick!
Nice kick flash, but the ultimate comes through and gets everyone in stasis. Cascada should die as he gets out though, but the ulti comes through, he game falls away, but to his death, Leaky here with the ultimate. Meanwhile, wants to take down the rest of the team. Onto Arashi, a double kill at the ready, dredge line from Woody, beautiful, and just as SEM9 make a gorgeous play again, we gotta praise DCG.
Nesty is just too damn good. He saves his AD carry, allows Cascada to get the execution on the Gale Force, and burns so many more abilities than they should have used from SEM9's part. Again, we see another Cosmic Binding. Just absolutely gorgeous play from Nesty, and this is why I think most teams should just ban Bard. Like, don't let him get Bard. It's just too annoying to deal with right here. As we see Cascada, you know, kind of flash was a little bit unnecessary, but he does get saved by the Tempered's Fate. Leaky is able to get all of his damage down with the Undying Rage right here, and very unfortunately, Arashi just runs straight into a dredge line before he can finish off the Tryndamere. It's a clean wipe from Deep Cross Gaming. It looks like another 23-minute game, unfortunately, for SEM9.
Oh man, it's so rough here. Clement, 5,000 gold lead at 13 minutes. Double dragon down. DCG will have the next Herald coming up at a minute 15. And folks, to open up your PCS day, there is nothing like seeing a team smack down on their opponents. Again, you said it yourself. The Bard was looked at in draft, and SEM9 thought they could deal with it. They thought this Graves was the answer with Hullbreaker. But Clement, it just did so much work, and they didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I think there was a few things that really went wrong with the early game, especially the bot lane wave position. I think they were a little bit surprised that Deep Cross Gaming was actually going to pull the wave to that direction. And unfortunately for SEM9, the pathing from Arashi was towards the top side. So they had no support right there. They were caught off guard. Philia gets a flash burn, and then Lazar also gets a flash burn as well from the mid lane. I think that really broke the gates wide open. You know, we have seen top smite fail because the support roam doesn't find any assists, no kills going on. But in this time, because Nesty got 2 flashes on the first roam, the following skirmishes were just a little bit too easy for Deep Cross.
I mean, I love the portal placements in the early game. The blue side play as well, wrapping back around. Even the first blood that sets Arashi behind. All comes here from Nesty's pick, and yeah, we'll have to talk more about that because the game feels like it's done, folks. So let's be real with it. It's 6k, almost 6,500 in the lead. And Arashi stunned up again. Look at this magical journey. A depth charge onto the jungler. Philia's going to get knocked up and enables the 2-man Moonfall. As he goes golden, his death is inevitable. 2 more kills, 12-1. And Clement, I came in today to watch a butcher do his dirty work.
Yeah, Nesty is that butcher right here. Not even allowing Jin to clear the wave here. So, just rubbing that salt on the injury, just making sure all of those grains get rubbed directly into the wound here. It's kind of painful to watch. The question really now is, can SEM9 actually drag this game on long enough?
Kind of painful. I'm going to apologize. Cut out on my end, but that's okay. At this point in the game, remember, folks, that we got another Herald up as well, and DCG hitting towards the 2-item point. And so, Clement, now I'm going to ask you, the S9, did they just put all hope in the Graves? We've got a 2-item Graves from the sideline who is actually taking down turrets, so that's the one piece of excitement I can offer.
Yeah, I think the Graves has to be the one to carry everything right now. The only shining spot on the team is because he has a lot of gold, and he's the only one packing damage right now. So
actually cut out or not?
I
keep on going.
I can still hear you.
Like everything is okay. Maybe it was time for a solo cast. Maybe it's me in the end. But I still got a feed here. It could be Clement Chu. Who knows? Maybe he didn't want to cast. Maybe he just didn't want to cast with me. I'm going to find out on my end as well. And we'll see what's going on. My headphones are still working. Oh, you're back, Clement! Let's go!
I think I was here the entire time. We are connecting from Australia here, so there might be some, lag coming in
it's
from
my
sides.
it's Australia's fault. Okay, dude. Alright, that's alright. You know, the problem is, you don't speak my language.
That's true. Your language is like a mix of wombat and emu, so it's very difficult to learn, you know?
Do you know?
I'll try to pick it up.
You know, we lost a war against the emus. Like, true story. You can
Have you seen emus? They're very tough raptors. But coming back into this game,
welcome back.
Yeah, we do have the Herald drop right here. I just want to make sure that we're still on the same timer. I'm going into 17 minutes. We're seeing this like double lane push here from Deep Cross Gaming. We're good, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we're so good.
Okay.
Good in both audio, good in both how the game's being played as well. And you know, I asked you when you were disappearing a bit there. I was like, oh, at least Shiramine has Hull Breaker and he's got 2 items and he's able to push. But I realized Leaky's able to match that every step of the way. You talk about how the wave's set up. There's one pushing wave in the top side, but DCG putting all their eggs towards the Graves. Their pick potential continues growing, and Nesty is always looking for that next moment.
Yeah, and we have talked about this kind of double support. Oh, goodbye.
Shiramine just wanted to walk out like the idiot's bit. And it wasn't even Nesty that time. It was just harder on the way.
Oh, that's just so depressing to watch. This is going to be a free tower in the bottom side. And we want to like deep dive a little bit more about the double smite strategy. Is that you're essentially running 2 supports. So when it goes into the ultra late game, you are down essentially 1 carry. And that is when the composition kind of does fall off just a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to happen this game. I don't think SEM9 can hold on. But, you know, things to look forward to if you do.
Yeah, I think as well, like, you know, we also talked about how the draft's been running out for SEM9 holistically. Syndra, Jin, lots of good pick potential here. So even if we don't get the late game, I always look at SEM9 as another hope of finding someone in rotation. I'm being super optimistic. You know me, Clement, I've been casting with you for a while. I'm not often optimistic.
That's true.
But I got to have something for SEM9 because, you know, I'm feeling Fulham, about to run down 0-3 at the start of the league, looking towards joining the impunities, the Hurricane Gamings of the league. It's rough. That little barrier in the middle of PCS is building up, and I feel like SEM9 are going to be on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, I just have to say, I feel like SEM9 had a really bad luck of the draw here. Their first 3 games were against CFO, PSG, and now DCG. 2 of those teams are flawless, and PSG, you know, is our representative to Worlds. So they definitely have a really rough schedule to contend with, but I do have some shining hope. It's not in this game, though. Later today, they will play Hurricane Gaming. So that's your good luck right there.
That's good. Optimism's good, Clement. So, yeah, hopefully see if they can reevaluate because they don't have to deal with the roaming Bard. But I think more importantly as well, the strategy in this game was solid, right? Strong 2v2 in the mid lane, trying to get Lazar into position of comfort. Arashi, you talked about being a big focus. Even towards the top side right now, next to Hana. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. There's a 2-level difference and a full item difference. Yeah. So Arashi just wants to flank, but
I want to say we have seen the exact same play from Arashi. He did this yesterday where he was hiding in this brush, just waiting for the enemy team to start Baron, and then he comes in from the top side behind all of the vision and steals the big purple worm. He has done this already. I think he's setting up for the same play. Unfortunately for him, though, DCG are about to finish off the base. They're not even turning towards the Baron.
They got 2 waves pushing up, the third about to crash in with Leaky on the way to it, so... Yeah, he's still there, but to his credit, he still hasn't backed away. So, Arashi is going to continue waiting.
He's pinging the Baron.
Hoping. Yeah.
He's pinging...
Still not being done. Oh, he's AFK!
You know there is an allegory in Chinese, which is that one day a farmer just saw a rabbit run into a tree and the rabbit died. So the next day and the following days, the farmer just decided not to tend to his fields, and every day he would just wait for a rabbit to run into a tree. I feel like this is what Arashi's doing.
He's been waiting for 10 days, but the problem is he going to get it in time? It's just gone! The play completely backfires. You can't get 2 in 2 days. Now with the Moonfall down, Arashi takes a big chunk, not pulled back in. Dragon's Rage already used, and Hana going to cleave him for a few. Unstoppable is right. That's what DCG are. As Baron now acquired 11k gold lead and at 21 minutes in the game, all we need is a nail in the final piece of the coffin.
Oh, hats off to Arashi. I felt like the spirit was there. The intention was there. Execution was just a little bit off. But, what can I say? What can I say?
hey, that's what we're here for. We wanted all Hail Mary play from it as SEM9, and you know, at this point now, we got Baron buff on a Tryndamere, on a roaming Bard, a Diana that's now got 10 stacks on the Magi's and a Hextech alternator. So, I don't know, in games like this, as a caster, you're always left sitting here going like, well, how does SEM9 win it? And you said ultra late game. I don't know how you survive the next 10 minutes without losing all the base.
Yeah, I really question SEM9's sort of drafting practices. They've been drafting compositions that are very, very leaning towards physical damage, and that just means they don't really have much of a late game to look towards at all. And also, Lazar has been having the most difficulty out of the 3 lanes, so that just means their magic dealer is usually not there for them in the mid game also. So I really want to see how SEM9 are going to kind of change up their strategy. I definitely think it's a possibility that they're going this extreme into the early game because of the opponents that they're facing. You know, it's one of the oldest strategies in the book. If you're going up against a team that you really can't face straight up, then you try to cheese them in the early game, build yourself a lead, and go from there.
It's either that or pure scaling, right? You're right. It was definitely a strategy of a team like Rogue Warriors. I know, I've only got so much to relate to, Clement, but Rogue Warriors felt like when they're in 2020, even 2021, they're a team that is Clay, wow, goes golden, is about to get blasted as well. Nesty with the Cosmic Binding with the depth charge into the backline. That knocks up Lazar as well. Hana from the left side. A good scatter the week from Lazar to give him credit. But Hana only delays the inevitable, it feels like. SEM9 sent on the retreat path while more and more turrets fly on down. Looks like Chris Carter wants the game to end in less than 25 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that Cascada is actually playing that super patiently. You know, he still held on to both summoners, didn't go in all the way. But if you looked at that trade, that was one auto attack from the Infernum, taking Clay X down to half HP. That's just the difference in damage right now that we've seen. Maybe SEM9 can do something here, as there are 2 side lanes being pushed in, and they have a 5v3.
Well, Solar Flare's there. This is their moment as Felia goes in onto Woody, but Nessie around the side with the Cosmic Binding. Everybody's in for the party, but Chris Carter is untouched. A good kick from Arashi, but he can't finish the job as Leaky now comes in. Gale Force into the middle, and Lazar, he's just buying his window as DCG clean it all up. This one, Clement, it's going to be under 25 minutes.
Oh, another big sweep here from DCG, running their strategy once again, getting the Bard Smite top lane, and so far they have been absolutely unstoppable. The funnest team to watch in the PCS right now. You have to catch a piece of this action.
I love the drafts, I love the gameplay, I love the explosive power out of DCG. Deep Cross Gaming, they're starting off our Week 2, Day 2 in style, and again, in under 25 minutes, they disassemble SEM9 in our opening matchup.
This is just so